Today, we're going over the best diet.
If you're struggling to get results and you want to know more about this topic, stay tuned because today we're going to go over all of the secrets, all of the tips to the best diet.
Before we hop into today's podcast, throughout the podcast today, we're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about how to structure your diets. But if you are someone that's looking for more structure, a laid out program for you, more accountability, obviously, if you're local here in Nebraska, come into our gym Fit Grind. But if you're not local, we do also offer online training. So if that's something you're interested in learning more about, I have a link down in the comment section below to a form that you can fill out at fitgrindphilema.com. Fill out that form. It'll ask some different information, and then we can set up a time to chat more about your goals, what you're specifically looking to achieve, and how we can help get you there.
Welcome back to the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the best diet that we think that you should be doing to hit your fitness goals.
And drum roll. The best diet is...
There is
no diet. That is the best. But before you're like, what the heck? They just clickbaited us. We are going to go through diets, nutrition, everything that you should structure. It's just the reason why we say there is no best diet is because there's no one-size-fits-all diet for everyone. There's lots of different things that can work. There's lots of similar principles within each diet that everybody can follow and see progress. So that's what we want to cover today is what are your different options? What are your goals that you might have that you would change your diet in specific ways, and just provide you with a lot of structure and information around nutrition, around diets, and hopefully at the end of the podcast help you understand that diet is just the food that makes up the food that you're eating. It doesn't have to be this like, I'm going on a diet for 6 weeks and I'm going to eat nothing but broccoli and chicken for 6 weeks. That's not a sustainable habit. We want to teach you how to create sustainable, repeatable habits that are not only going to help you see results, but are going to help you continue to see results, maintain your results, and just add to your life and not take away and feel like it's so restrictive that you can only do it for 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks and ultimately just give it up because it's so restrictive.
I think the term diet can have such a negative impact because when we think of diet, like you said, we think of like restriction and specific foods that you should be eating and foods that you should not be eating. And then we get into this mindset of, I can't have this or I can only have this. And I think that's kind of why we want to talk about what we think the ultimate diet is because when you go on this diet, sometimes when you go on this journey of wanting to lose weight, not necessarily diet, you go on this journey to lose weight, you want to focus on getting in all varieties of food, different types of food, different, non-processed foods, fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and, nuts and seeds, healthy carbs, healthy fats, healthy proteins. And I think looking at it like that instead of saying, oh, I have to eat this for breakfast and I have to eat this for lunch. And, you want this structured out meal plan that you have to follow to a T. I think we focus more on like bringing in different varieties of foods and focus more on like, okay, I need to hit my protein goal. I need to hit my carb goal. I need to hit my fat goal. And focusing on those things. And that slowly is what continues to spin the wheel.
Yeah, so let's hop into just some general recommendations based on your goals. You maybe want to build muscle, you maybe want to lose body fats, maybe you want to do both at the same time, or you just want to feel better. There are a lot of general recommendations that we can give you that no matter who you are, you should structure your diets and your nutrition around these principles that we'll talk about. So the first thing right off the bat, you've probably heard this a million times before, but we're going to really reiterate it, is protein. No matter what your goal is, if you are working out and you're exercising and you're trying to either build muscle or lose body fats, you have to have enough protein in your diet. You need to, especially if you're lifting and strength training and working hard, you need to make sure that you're recovering from the workouts that you're doing. So bare minimum, 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if someone is 200 pounds, they're going to get 160 to 200 grams of protein every day, and then split that evenly throughout your day to where you're doing 5 meals and you're doing 200 grams of protein, then each meal, each snack has to have 40 grams of protein. And structuring around lean protein sources, chicken, fish, lean beefs, lean pork, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. You can even use a protein powder like our Fit Grind Whey protein as an extension of your diet. That's really why it's there, to fill in the cracks, to where maybe you do that, 1 to 2 scoops as a snack with a piece of fruit. That would be a really good option for a snack that's going to keep you full and satiated in between meals throughout the day. So protein is the first thing. No matter what you're doing right now, that's something you should nail today, because it's going to make a huge difference. And we've talked about this time and time again, but we keep talking about it because it is so important, and it's something that you can change right now today that's going to make a huge difference moving forward.
Yeah, protein also is something that's going to help you with your recovery, and it's going to allow you to have more successful workouts while you are going through this phase of trying to lose weight, keep you full, satisfied, level out your blood sugars. But if you're struggling, and you are that 200-pound male or female, and you're struggling to hit that 200 grams of protein, I always tell people to start off small, start off realistic. If you're not able to hit 200 right away, give yourself some grace and just focus on getting protein in at each meal, and then slowly upping that. And as you start eating more protein, you will start acknowledging and realizing what that looks like, I guess, is what I'm trying to say,
Yep.
So like you said too, for an example, people will ask well, I don't know how to get in enough protein. Like we said, we have supplements, protein powders to help, incorporate more protein. And then we have lean meats, and we have dairy products such as Greek yogurt, cottage cheeses. And then we also have things like beef sticks, protein bars, those added in things that are going to help you reach that protein goal.
Yeah. Second thing, we're going to say something that might be a little controversial, but I promise that it works, is that you should eat more carbohydrates even if you're trying to lose weight. I think, there's so many diets out there that really are afraid, or they minimize carbohydrate intake. And I'm telling you straight up that carbs are not going to make you fat. They're not the enemy. They are going to be the best source of energy that your body can digest and use throughout the day, throughout your workouts. And if you're restricting carbohydrates and you're thinking that, if I eat carbs, they're going to make me fat, so I'm going to go on this no-carb diet, you're instantly going to notice that you have no energy to come in and work out. You have no energy for your day-to-day activities, and it's going to be really hard to stick with that type of diet. So, again, long-term strategy, using carbohydrates as a fuel source. And yes, we can't go eat 500 grams of carbohydrates and expect to lose weight in a day. Yes, I'm not saying that you should just go on a bender and eat carbs. And when I say carbohydrates, I'm talking about healthy carbohydrate sources like potatoes, rice, whole grains pastas, whole grain breads, fruit, oatmeal, these types of foods that are going to contain really good sources of carbohydrates that our body can use. So we typically will start people off, and it depends on the person and their goals, somewhere between 40 to maybe 50% of their calories are coming from carbohydrates. So we like to structure a lot of carbs in our clients' diets, because we know that by eating enough carbs, they're going to be able to come in, have good workouts, have a lot of intensity, and make progress in the gym. And that's what's going to lead to the body composition changes that they're looking to see on the scale. So carbs are not bad. You need to eat more carbohydrates than you think. Don't exclude them out of your diet, because that's not a long-term strategy.
Yeah, and I have some things to add to that too. Like when we're implementing more carbs, we are trying to bring those carbs around our workout time too, and the busier times of our day. So we're not carb loading right before we go to bed. We're not eating a bunch of carbs right before we go to bed. Not that carbs are bad before you go to bed. They can be utilized as fuel and energy if you're working out in the morning, but it's best to utilize those carbs around before and after your workout, or even intra-workout, depending on what type of exercise you're doing. But also remembering that there's two different types of carbs. So we have a complex carb, and then we have simple carbs. Complex carbs are going to be more of those potato, starchy carbohydrates. Those are going to keep you feeling full and satisfied longer. So those are things that you want to eat to keep you give you energy, keep you full throughout the day. Whereas a simple carb might be something you want to eat right before you jump into a workout, such as a piece of fruit, even things like a bowl of cereal, something that quickly gets to the body and can be utilized as an energy source.
Yeah. And one thing you said there that I want to touch on too, and that's exactly why we're recording this podcast. You said that you don't want to carb load before bed unless you're like working out in the morning. And that's exactly why there's no one size fits all diet, because maybe your goal is performance. Maybe your goal is I'm training for this half marathon or ultra marathon or some sort of like endurance event, and you do your workouts in the morning.
Like 5 a.m., 4 a.m.
Yes, I would have that client carb load before bed because they're going to store those carbohydrates as the form of glycogen, and then it's going to be ready for them in the morning because they're not going to want to go eat a bunch of carbs in the morning. It's just not going to digest. So that's exactly to our point of why we're recording this podcast, is because for someone that's trying to lose body fat, we would not want to carb load before bed. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Someone that's trying to train for performance, we would. So there's so many different factors that are going to affect your strategy that you're going to do moving forward, just like anything else. Like no matter what the industry or what the topic is, there's so many different goals, there's so many different methods that you can use to reach your goals. And that's really the benefit of working with a coach, because we're going to be able to take your specific goals that you have, also take, your lifestyle factors, take that all into consideration and make a customized program, your workouts, your nutrition, the structure, all the progressions, and just progress that over time or set it up in a way that it's going to work for you, because there's no sense in doing this crazy diet or this crazy workout program if you're not going to be able to sustain it over the course of time. So again, obviously I'm a firm believer in coaching, because it's what we do, and I've seen great benefits from even working with a coach myself or having structure laid out for myself in a lot of different aspects of my life. And nutrition, diet, and workout is the same.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's important to note that as you go through this dieting phase, or even just if you're in just a maintenance phase, any type of phase, you acknowledge what your body is, how your body's responding. Am I responding really well as I bring these carbs up? Am I responding really well with a slightly lower carb, more fat? That's why Jordan said we can range that from like a 40 to a 50% of carbohydrates, depending on, if you're an endurance athlete, or if you're trying to put on muscle mass, or whatever the cause may be, or if you simply feel like you digest fats better than you do more carbohydrates.
Yeah, it can be structured so many different ways. That's the main takeaway here, is you can set it up so many different ways. It just depends on the individual's goals, the individual's timeline, and really what it is that they're trying to achieve. The next thing that I kind of wanted to touch on too was workouts. And, a lot of times when we talk about diets, people are focused mostly on body fat loss and losing weight. But again, like we talked about earlier, the diet is just the makeup of the food that you're eating. It's not necessarily like this. I don't want people to think of diets as like this really hardcore thing that I do for 4 weeks that's so restrictive, but it's going to get me to all my goals. Your diet should be structured in a way that is sustainable, like we talked about, and so should your workouts, and so should your strength training sessions. And I think a lot of times when people want to lose weight, the first thing that they do is they go add a bunch of cardio, they go hop on a treadmill. We've talked about this before too, but I just want to touch on it because it is a piece of the puzzle, and we're talking about more nutrition today, so I'll go quick through this. But if you're looking to lose weight, you need to strength train. If you're looking to build muscle, you need to strength train. If you're looking to maintain your weight, you need to strength train.
Functional health,
yes.
Longevity.
Yes, people think about body composition goals, and that's great because we do that. People think about body composition goals, and that's great because that's what gets us into the gym. But it has to be more than just how you appear, how you look. So focusing on your health, building functional muscle that you can use through your day-to-day life outside of the gym. It's also going to help increase your metabolic rate. You're going to burn more calories at rest, the more muscle that you have. So it's going to make it easier to lose weight. And then once you lose that weight, it's going to be easier to keep that weight off. And that's really the big, hard piece of the puzzle to diets and nutrition, is a lot of times people can lose weight. They do this crash diet. They lose a bunch of weight. They probably lose a lot of muscle in the process. But the problem is they don't really know how to lose weight. They just know how to do it the wrong way. So that's our whole goal with all the information that we're putting out there. on YouTube, on this podcast, on social media, is we want to teach you the right way to do things so that you have the ability to do so, whether that's to gain weight, whether that's to lose weight. And then from there, you have a good understanding of what you need to do and create this program that you can sustain for your life, whether that's the nutrition, whether that's the workouts, whether it's the combination of both. You want something that works for you and is going to fit into your lifestyle and is going to fit into your personal needs based on your goals.
Yeah, and touching on those workouts and what you said about like we're coming to the gym and busting our ass and, you know, just spinning our wheels and trying to lose this weight primarily by exercising harder, bumping up your cardio. All that's doing is revving up your stress. So we're bumping up cortisol levels. And then on top of that, are you getting adequate amounts of sleep? Are you recovering properly? So if we're not doing all of those things, our bodies are going to hold on to that fat and it's going to store body weight, because when we're in a stressed out period or stressed out phase, that's what our bodies naturally do. So just keeping in mind that there is such thing as overdoing it or doing too much. And then we're in that calorie deficit. So we're just adding all of these different stresses all wha-bam at once. So just kind of easing into that. Yeah, yes, we're not saying don't do any cardio. Cardio is good for you. It's good for your cardiovascular system. It's good for your overall health and losing weight. But just know that if you're going into this extreme dieting phase and then you're thrown in like 4 days a week of extreme high intense cardio sessions, that is just adding a bunch of stress. And then we have the day-to-day stress of, you know, kids running around and work stress and, you know, like I said, sleep and not getting enough sleep. And then are you recovering your body? Are you, you know, getting in stretching and, you know, just walks and meditation, just simple things like that to bring your body down into this parasympathetic state.
Yeah. So it all blends together. Like at the end of the day, we always strive to provide programs and structure because we know that that structure is what helps people stay accountable. It's what helps the whole program be cohesive and work together. So you need to take a look at, yes, your nutrition. That's the big point of today. Take a look at your workouts. Are you getting better in some way, shape, or form? Are you progressing? Don't just go into the gym, do the same thing, lift the same weights. Like, you have to challenge your body. And if you practice certain things like we talked about earlier, like low carbohydrates or these crazy fad diets, you're not going to have the energy to come in and do that. So
right.
It all works together. Managing stress, like you talked about, hydration is another one. Making sure that we're thinking about our health as well throughout this process, that we never want to sacrifice our health in order to maintain a body composition or a performance goal.
Not worth it.
There might be short terms where you do so. Maybe it's your goal to do a bodybuilding competition or a marathon or this crazy ultra marathon or something that you wouldn't do every day. Okay, that's great. Those are bucket list items that are awesome. Like, we have some of those on our list too as well, to where, you know, you go through phases where it's really strict, it's really intense, but you know that you have this program to default back to that is going to be balanced. It's going to be health focused. It's going to be balanced to the point where you're not overdoing one thing, you're not underdoing another, and it really is just good at improving your health. It's structured in a way that you can sustain it, and it's structured in a way that it's going to optimize all the goals that you have, and it's something that you can carry on for more than 8 weeks, more than like a year, just something you can consistently do for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and you can utilize some of this information in your health and fitness journey. If you're new to our podcast, don't forget to come back every week. We post a new episode with topics just like this. And if you're also new and you haven't checked out our supplement line, we have a clothing and supplement line. Check out fitgrindformula.com.
Yeah. So thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.